There's been a lot of talk in the presidential debates regarding the Supreme Court, how it could be reformed. What is your take on that? What are some ways that the Supreme Court could be reformed? And or I guess would it be a better judicial system?
Well, it really comes down to what's happening in the country. The court sort of reflects that. One of the McConnell's main policies, smart policy, has been to pack the judiciary. I mean, you recall, of course, he managed to block the consideration, even the consideration of the Garland appointment, to ensure that there'd be a very reactionary Supreme Court judge. But at the lower level, they're just flooding. They had blocked Obama's appointments for a long time. Now they're flooding them with far-right, mostly young judges on the lower courts. That's going to have an effect for a generation, even after these guys are long gone. So it's not just a matter of reforming the Supreme Court. The whole judicial system is being very consciously driven to the right. Former presidents didn't do that. They picked judges who were kind of on their side, but not extreme. And they allowed a certain mix. These guys are fighting for survival. For them, it's this. The Republicans understand very well they're a permanent minority party, and they have to therefore pull out every stop to try to maintain their total subservience to wealth and corporate power. So, you can see it in the hearings. Not a single House Republican is willing to break with Trump. I mean, you might not agree with the indictment, but you got to recognize there's something there. Not a single one says a word. They're totally bought, subservient to the far right. No principles. You can't be a Republican and have the slightest bit of principle. Well, this is on issue after issue. Take, say, climate change, existential issue. You go back a decade, the Republicans were considering legislation to deal somehow with global warming. John McCain ran for president in 2008. He had a global warming provision in his platform, do something about it, and Congress was the same. Koch brothers got wind of this, launched a huge campaign to buy off the Senate, intimidate them, lobbying, and so on. They switched, the whole party switched at 100%. Now you can't be a Republican and say global warming matters. I mean, there's just total lack of principle. I don't think there's been anything like this maybe during the Democrats when they were a slave party, but then at least they had convictions. They really believed in slavery. These guys don't. They just believe in their own survival, and it's pretty unusual. To overcome this will take really large-scale popular mobilization.